Quiet in the audience. No. All right, here we go. Welcome, everyone, to the regular Board of Selectmen meeting of Tuesday, February 11th, 2020. Diane Bucco wants me to announce that each time so she can go back and look at our archives and get it. We've already had an executive session. Now this is our regular session. And that we begin with, I'll get to the dog in a minute, okay. Public input, public items are not on the agenda, other than the dog business, okay? Other people might have something, I doubt it, but you know, I have to do that. Hearing none, next we'll call up the dog lady.
The dog lady? Oh, I don't think that's the way, that's not what you want on your tombstone,
All right, I'll take it back then.
Oh, that's okay. Wow. So, thank you for letting me come in. The Wenham's Cutest Dog announcement is ready to be had. We had 47 dogs entered in the contest.
47?
All entries had to have been registered during the month of January to be eligible. The voting period ran Monday, February 3rd, till yesterday, February 10th, and we had 131 votes.
Wow.
I want to thank all the entrants and those who voted and helped participate in this contest. I also want to express my gratitude for all 640 dogs that have already been registered and are up to date on their rabies vaccination.
Yay.
Is that a big increase over the last year?
Yes.
You think
Yes.
more people are getting dogs, or just more people registering
I
their
think more
dogs?
people are registering dogs.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
To all the dog owners, though, before I announce, I'd like to remind everybody to scoop up after your pup. Their waste, regardless of where it goes, in the forest or in the woods, is still detrimental to our water and our environment. So please just remember to do that. The top 12 dogs that we will be announcing will all be featured in the 2020 Wenham Town Clerk's Dog Calendar. Those selected were number 33 up at the top left, Marta Manning. Number 38, Zelda Molitano. Love that name. Number 10 was Missy Wood. Thank you for the pointer, I love it. Number 5 is Hey Dog, which is one of the oldest dogs entered. Number 7 is Rusty Leland. Looks better in real life. It's hard to see the dog there. Number 36 is Bella Novak, taken by a youngster who just learned how to got her photography badge from Girl Scouts. Number 17 is Daisy, Dawidczzyk.
They probably just call her Daisy, huh?
Yeah, I can't pronounce her last name. I'm very sorry. Number 12 is Brandy Mcintosh. Number 22, with the Wenham 375th sweatshirt on, is Lackerly Jewett. Number 47 is Golden Walchik. And for the first time, we have a tie for the top dog.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Number 43, Randall Marks, and number 20, Mogul Nevins. Each have one top dog and have two
Wow.
large, where do I go with this? Large,
I don't know.
Not here, I can tell you that.
I don't know if they're here, I don't know if it's on the screen.
Then the-
Baskets,
Dogs will be in the calendar?
all the dogs will be in the calendar, and these, the
The
top
months
dogs.
that they were, so,
I didn't do the months yet, no.
okay.
Nope. That'll figure, I haven't done the calendar yet, but I will use that.
But
They get,
will all be.
yes, baskets donated by
Thank you.
Wags Doggy Daycare.
Thank you to Wags. That's
Thank
really
you,
very
everybody.
generous.
Thank you for participating. It was so much fun.
Very cool.
Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful rest of
So
your
I have
meeting.
a question for you before
Yes.
you leave. So what was the largest dog that was entered in terms of weight or size or something else like that?
How would you know?
These are all cute, small dogs.
They look small. 36 is a big lab.
Were there any German Shepherds, for example?
There were no German Shepherds. Hey Dog is a Great Dane.
Oh, that's a
It's
big
the
dog.
Denellan's dog.
To here when I'm seated.
Yeah.
Is a tall.
Hey Dog
big
dog.
Denellen, Jerry
yeah,
Denellen.
so-
Yeah. So some
other
large
ones-
dogs were entered.
Well, a large dog. Any other large dogs?
No,
Extra large dog.
no.
extra.
But number 20, it looks like really the only puppy that won.
Okay,
The tie.
just curious.
Thank you. It was a
Great
lot of fun.
job.
Thank you for doing that.
Okay.
I think it helps our dog registrations.
I think it's
I think
All
it
the
does, too.
brouhaha around it. So
I
good
would
job
agree.
all around. Okay.
Who was the top dog? Okay. Let's see.
So
We did that one. We did the public input.
and John has announcements.
Uh,
Oh, no,
Wait
you
a minute, no, I have
You
announcements. Oh, God. Okay, we're accepting letters of interest for the Wenham Day Committee. As most people in town who've been around a while know, we used to have a Wenham Day for years and years and years. It was sponsored by the Wenham Museum until a couple of years ago, and then last year they decided that they didn't have the staff apparently to hold it, and that so we're trying to resurrect that under the auspices of the town of Wenham as opposed to the museum, and that we're looking to form a committee. Currently, we only have 2 members of the committee, Diane and myself, and we need 2 or 3 more members of the committee, and we hope to perhaps allow staff to replicate basically what we've done in the past, to have early August where we have all of the same artisans, the fire department, and all of the vendors and so forth to come, and that it's been extremely well attended for my many years in town. We're trying to replicate that. It takes a lot of work, and so that we're looking to have 2 or 3 other people join this committee. Well, hopefully we can get them, so please send your letters of interest in. Just say, used to love Wenham Day, want to be on the committee, thank you very much. Send it to Nikki, and that she'll forward it to us. Immediately stamp it approved and send it to us. All right, the Board of Health has several initiatives. We have a blood pressure clinics in the town on February 12th, which is tomorrow, and it doesn't say the time. And March 11th, 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. apparently on both dates. Next one is March is Health Counts Month. I don't know what that means.
There's a whole calendar of things you can do.
All right.
For Health Counts Month.
And we have a health resource fair on April 15th from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. Those are the announcements. I'm sure they're on their website in more detail than I've just described, right? Right. I'm told yes. So next we go to the town administrator's report.
Mr. Chairman, I have nothing further to add than I did last night.
Since last
Okay, nothing's happened in the town of Wenham today, apparently, okay?
Well, nothing
And
worth
that,
reporting.
I have nothing more than from last night either. So we're going to go to the consent agenda, which is, John, why don't you take that?
Sure. I
Somebody turn
move
that off, please.
that the,
Well, that's full.
I was gonna say,
Unless
that-
that's Donald Trump wanted to have our input.
that's our podium ringing. So this is the consent agenda. I move that the Board of Selectmen vote to approve all items in the consent agenda, including A, a 1-day liquor license request from Kristen Noon at the Wenham Museum, Frozen Fest, Wednesday, February 19th, 10 to 4, and the minutes of the open session for October 8th, 2019, which was a joint BOS FinCom meeting. The notes here say that we have all required items, minus the check at that point, from the Wenham Museum, so even if we approve this liquor license, it will not be delivered until the check has been received.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye, unanimous, amazing.
Okay.
New business, you're on still.
Okay.
Council on Aging. Martha Carr.
So, I move that,
Excuse me, that's,
Yeah.
we're getting a signal here.
oh, I'm sorry. That's me. Oh, that's you, great,
I thought so.
great. So we'll, would you like to come, would you like to come up to the podium for a second?
I'm gonna fix that.
Yeah, it's just we moved it. I was gonna move it, but so I'm going to make this motion, if that's okay. We'll second it, and then we'll ask,
Well, I gave it to you, so
to
go
give
ahead.
some comments. So the motion that we'll be acting on in a minute is move to, that the Board of Selectmen vote to appoint Martha A. Carr to the Council on Aging for a term expiring June 30th, 2022.
I'll second that.
And thank you for coming,
Enthusiastically.
Martha, and maybe you could spend a minute just talking to us about why you'd like to do this, and,
Well, I've lived in Wenham. I was born here.
wow.
And my husband and I moved away for 10 years after we were married, but we've been here back since 1978.
Reconcile then.
Yeah, we did. Yes, amazingly so. So, we've seen the town grow and change, and now we're on the other end and being senior citizens. And I've been over to the Council on Aging and think they've really done an amazing job for a small town. They do a lot of different programs, they have a lot of diversity, and their board is quite diverse. And it brings a lot of different things to the table. And I'm hoping I can help that too and fill that position, and I would be honored to do so.
Great.
I just have one question, and that is, I presume, since you've been there and you've talked to them, that you have some sense of what the board.
Oh, yes.
of the Council on
I've
Aging-
sat in on a board meeting. Yes. Thank you very much.
I have no further questions.
You want to move to?
There's a motion and a second. So
Yes.
if there's no further discussion, we can vote.
All in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Unanimous.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for
Thank you.
your presumed work. Work to come.
Next one is,
Thank you.
I think, the Council on Aging is doing a fantastic job. Jim Reynolds is doing a fantastic job. I love reading their monthly report. I wish I could participate in a lot more activities that they have there. Bocce ball, I'm always thinking about that one, but others.
It's a good time to be on the Council on Aging.
It
board,
really
I
is.
think. It'll be fun.
Jen Flynn does a fantastic job as well. So the Audit Committee, so every business, municipality gets audited once a year. Somebody want to close that door back there for me, please? Thank you. That we have an audit. We've used the firm Sullivan and Powers for many, many years. Many other municipalities do. The school committee does. And that they come in and do an audit, a thorough audit. We need a thorough audit, and it's required, but even if it wasn't required, we want to do it anyway. So we have an audit committee, usually comprised of 3 people. We have 3 people, but only 2 of us were able to make it this year. Marty Crowell is a new member of the audit committee, who's a CPA in practice, and myself, a former CPA. And so the 2 of us met, along with Anthony, with Jim Powers, and that recently, and that he went through extensively the audit report and brought Marty Crowell up to speed on municipal finance and what's going on in the town and so on and so forth. And I'm pleased to report that there were no exceptions in this report. There were no material weaknesses, which is a critical item in any audit, meaning that we don't have to report to any of the agencies that review us that there was a material weakness in our financial or accounting controls. There were no audit adjustments, and we had a clean opinion. And that he was pleased to present all of this to us. We asked several questions, but it was mostly, everything went smoothly, and a huge credit to our accounting department, our interim manager of the finance department, and that Anthony Saldi, and that couldn't have gone more smoothly. And that, the audit reports, I think, is that online now, by the way?
I don't think he sent us the final version. The draft
Yeah,
right now is.
It will be anyway.
It will be, as soon as we get
The
it.
audit report will be available on the town website, and if you get a couple of cups of coffee, and and that make sure you're taking a nap before you. So it's a lot of complicated stuff in there. But anyway, we're doing well, and that it's just a validation of the fact that the town pays a lot of attention to having their books and records kept well and accurately. Anybody have any questions? Okay, guess not. All right, why don't you take the next one?
Do we have to take any action on that?
Well, the audit committee accepted it. I don't think the board, no, it's an independent audit committee. by the way.
Okay, so the next
Whatever that
item
means,
is, I guess, the long-awaited cell tower RFP for the iron rail. And I think maybe we should have a presentation
Yeah.
and talk about that before we make the motion.
Jackie just, yeah, sure. come on
Hi,
up, Lou.
thanks for coming.
Jackie worked with Lou on it, and I think Jackie.
Lou Randazzo and
Yeah.
Natalie Kavanaugh's here from the Iron Rail.
Sorry, Natalie.
And Jackie will
Natalie.
be able to,
There's
Oh, I'm
Jackie.
sorry, I didn't think you'd get this so quick.
Hey, we're
So-
rolling,
No nonsense.
but thank you for coming, though.
yeah, no, I just wanted to introduce it and say that, the commission has voted to send it on to the board for consideration. It is these are the response. They're in draft form for you to consider. If you have any other technical questions, our expert over there can help, but I'll be right here to answer anything.
Great, thank you. It's nice to know that the iron rail's been involved and is okay with this. So, Jackie, what do you got to say? I mean, this is not a new topic for us.
No, not at all. But a very exciting one, nonetheless. So as folks remember, there was some site walks last year. We're looking to put out an RFP for the iron rail cell tower. So the type of procurement that we're doing, we've chosen an RFP because we want to be able to judge the qualitative aspect of these proposals and not just the bottom line. We want something that's going to be advantageous to the town, advantageous to our public safety and public works officials. We want to make sure that their needs for wireless communication on that side of Wenham are being met as well. As many of you recall, that we did several site walks, so that map will be included in the RFP, and this is the contract and the RFP have been reviewed by KP so that we can use this RFP document to fold right into a future lease agreement with the successful proposer. I don't know if you had a more specific question, Catherine, or
No, I don't. I actually perused this slightly and got through part of it and decided, looks like a lease agreement with a cell tower. And having been on the site walk myself on a couple of those, I've tramped through that. I think it's great. I guess my only question would be, what's the time frame? So the RFP will go out when, and
Yeah, we'd
Back
sew up some
when?
loose ends over the
Yeah.
next course of the next week.
Okay.
And then we'd have to issue the RFP and advertise for it. So,
and it takes we have to go through the central register through
Right.
the Commonwealth, so
It's
probably 3 weeks. Before it's
probably good.
public.
Yeah,
okay.
Because you have to
Yep.
newspaper,
Central Register, the combis, and
a lot of advertising goes
Yeah.
into these.
Want to read the motion?
Yeah, I'll read the motion. I move that the Board of Selectmen vote to authorize issuance of a request for proposals for, to lease a portion of land and rights to install and operate cellular/wireless telephone equipment on town-owned property located at 91 Grapevine Road, Wenham, Mass., for a minimum term of 5 years, commencing on the effective date of the lease agreement, with 3 successive options for renewal of 5 years each, for a maximum 20-year lease.
Second?
Did we have further discussion?
I don't.
I have no further discussion. I guess we're ready to vote. All in favor?
Aye, unanimous, great,
Unanimous of the two
Thank
of
you.
us. Thank you.
great. Okay, and let's see, I think that's it. I need to do one of these things.
To have a paper one, yeah. So we did
That's,
have one other thing on the agenda, but I think we agreed that the review, the warrant stuff, that I'm gonna suggest that we postpone
Yep.
item, EF, to our next meeting, which
Okay.
I'm not sure when that next, can't remember now, but it's soon.
we have a lot
It's
of
probably
meetings.
next week.
We're meeting every night every day
Yeah,
this week, so
yeah.
that, I don't know.
So
yeah.
so that letter
All right.
F will be postponed, and I think that's our agenda.
I get to make my favorite motion. I move to adjourn.
Second that motion.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye, unanimous.
6:38.
Good job.